In a small village in Anambra, Nigeria, lived a cheerful 5-year-old boy named Somto. With big black eyes, curly black hair, and a dimpled smile, he was full of laughter and joy. When they weren't playing football, the boys climbed trees to search for juicy mangoes in the bush. Somto's smile, with its little dimple, always glowed brightest at these moments. Somto lived happily with his loving grandparents. In the warm evenings, they sat outside their mud house, telling stories and watching the sunset. One day, Somto's uncle arrived from the city and said Somto would now live in Onitsha to attend a better school. Somto didn't understand, but he trusted his family. A week has passed. It's now time for Somto to travel to Onitsha with his uncle. Somto hugged Chibueze and said goodbye, my friend, Somto forcing a smile with his dimple showing. As the bus pulled away, Somto held on to his toy and stared out the window, watching the village disappear into the distance. Onitsha was full of noise, people, and tall buildings. Somto held his uncle's hand tightly, taking in this strange new place. At night, under his mosquito net, Somto would hug his toy and stare at the ceiling, missing Chibueze with all his little heart. But Somto had memorized Chibueze's mother's phone number. One night, he sneaked into his uncle's room and dialed it. "Hello?" said a voice. Somto whispered, "It's me, Somto." Chibueze shouted with joy. Both boys laughed like nothing had changed. Somto kept calling secretly, until one night he was caught. His uncle stood in the doorway, arms crossed, and Somto froze. But instead of scolding, his uncle sat down and listened. Then he made a call of his own, to Chibueze's family. One bright morning, Somto stood with his uncle at the Onitsha motor park, eyes wide with excitement. His heart beat fast. He was going to see his best friend again. Many buses arrived, which Chibueze wasn't in. Somto was worried. Then he saw his best friend. Coming out of a Sienna bus that just arrived, he shouted, "Chibueze!" with smiles over his face. They ran into each other's arms and laughed until they cried. Now, they live and play together in the city. And Somto's dimpled smile shines once more, brighter than ever. Children love deeply and purely. No distance, no time, and no change can break the bond between true friends like Somto and Chibueze. The end.